If you need the water, check the beaches in the Carolinas. If you need the mountains, try the Appalachian Trail. If you need the redwood trees, gotta go to Yosemite. If you need me, 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 I'll be in Kansas City.
Welcome to Kansas City Limits Radio. I'm your host, Robert Bierce. And today we've got Miki P in the studio. Hi, Miki.
Hi.
It's going to be a great opportunity. If you haven't heard about this young lady, you should. And we're going to find out all about her story and what she's been doing with it. And before we get into all that, we do want to thank our sponsors, the folks at home, and thank you at home, whether you're in your car, in your living room, or taking a walk and you got your iPads in your ear or whatever. Thank you so much for listening to Kansas City Limits Radio. You can also find Kansas City Limits TV. But we want to thank our sponsors for making that all happen. We want to thank Kansas City RVs, voted 2023 favorite RV dealer in Kansas City by the Kansas City Star. We want to thank AMPR, Area Musicians Promotional Resource, a non-for-profit organization. We want to thank Black Moon Media, LLC, photography and videography for Magical Souls and Kansas City Limits executive producers. Those guys help us out with our TV component. We want to thank Open Mortgage, where better is possible. Stop renting, buy a home today. Knuckleheads KC, a music joint established in 2001, voted #1 music venue in Kansas City by the Kansas City Magazine. We also want to thank Kansas City Limits TV and Radio, the people putting on shows about local musicians and so much more. Check us out. Soundworks Recording Studio in Blue Springs for over 20 years, where this program, Kansas City Limits Radio, is recorded. We want to thank S&S Printing, a commercial printing and design company. B4 Productions, creating commercials and videos. They'll bring your ideas to life. And finally, we want to thank Midwest Music Foundation, giving local musicians the care they deserve. And now, on with Kansas City Limits Radio, our executive producer and founder, Mr. J.E. Cornwell. Hi, J.E.
Hello, Robert. Nicely done. Miki P., welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
We started this when? Back in May?
I think so, yeah.
When did you go to Connecticut?
I went in February.
Really? That's when we started it then. Because you and I were talking before you went and then came back, right? Mm-hmm. That's right. And then when you came back, I told you, okay, well, we got the radio show. We need to get you on the radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here
it's been
she
a while.
Yeah.
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, okay, so we'll jump right into this. Miki P. is part or collaborates with just about everybody in town, seemingly. You have some, the band or the trio that you perform with is Swallowtails, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And you guys perform at all kinds of gigs here in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And in Lawrence.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where you're from, Lawrence.
Yep. Well,
Rock Chalk.
I'm from now.
That's where her new hometown is.
Yes, proud to be a Jayhawk today. And then you also play with some other talented musicians that we've been fortunate to have on our programming. Our good friend Howard Mahan.
Yeah.
I know that you play with him. Sean McDonald, another one of our bands that we featured this year. I think we featured his Stone Cutters Union.
Yeah.
You share a lot of time on the stage with those guys. I did want to particularly pin an event that I went to this summer, which was the acoustic deal that you put on with
Gospel Lounge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was so good, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I know you guys saw it. So were you there?
I was playing in the other room.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So
There was yin and yang going on.
I thought it was. So
yeah, we
it
ran
was,
into each other in the green room.
Yeah, you and Howard and Sean McDonald
Yep.
and Claire Adams.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And all four of you sat down.
Because
like
I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
I couldn't be in two places at once.
You couldn't be
Right.
there. I know.
Yeah.
But I was there for you.
Good.
similar to, bands in the past that I know that had that type of harmony. The Eagles would sit down with acoustics and do that. America, the band America would do that very well as well. You guys did such a great job.
Thank you.
Then you got up for the second set and set your guitar down and went to the drum set, as I recall. But boy, that was good. All of you guys, was there practice involved with that?
Well, Claire lives in Mexico. So she wanted to put together a show. She was coming back in town and messaged Sean, and then Sean messaged us, and we kind of put it together. So Claire got into Kansas City the night before the show. So we had one rehearsal all together,
That's cool.
It was kind of the vibe of the show. It was just wing it.
I mean,
when you feel it and you can play it, you don't need a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and Sean and Howard are very good at playing off of one another.
Yeah.
And you've now joined that vibe as well. Well, I would have guessed you guys had sat down and had done that at least 3 or 4 times
for hours.
We did, us three, Sean, Howard, and I. We had a little bit, but not with Claire.
It was unbelievable.
It was fun.
And then I know from that experience, you guys had, that's kind of you and Howard and Sean again been kind of picking up gigs, or they would join you or you would join them, kind of thing. And and I love that about this town.
Yeah.
I really love that about you guys.
It makes it fun.
Yeah.
It does.
And then they showcased you recently on up at the Hideout.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Monday night gig with you there.
With Jack and Adam.
As Sean has done and Howard has done, and on and on.
They got me in the mix.
They got you there, yeah.
And didn't you do something recently with Katie Gillen?
Yeah, I've been playing bass with Katie Gillen in the Drive.
That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've had some out-of-state gigs with them.
Yeah.
And they're constant.
Yeah, they are.
So
I love that about them.
Yeah, they're constant. They really live in music, and they're beautiful souls. They're cool people. So that's cool they've dragged you into it. Let's talk a little bit about your album.
Yeah.
So this album that you put out, how long before you put it out in May had you been
working on it?
Like, was it a whole bunch of content you had put off and just decided you were going to do it? Or was it a bunch of content you said, I got to get this out now?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's pretty cyclical for me. It's about every 2 or 3 years where I have an album that
you put down.
If it doesn't come out, I'm on to the next one.
I see.
So, it'd been about 2 or 3 years getting this one out.
And it's called, for those at home, The World Still Spins. Okay.
Sorry if I typoed that.
That's okay. I want to read it just like it is. So, and what made you come up with that album title? Like, just everything, it doesn't matter what's going on, hell and chaos, you're still doing music?
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's from a lyric from a song on the album.
Okay.
From the song Take It Slow.
And you said you've done, you repeat this process, you see.
Yeah.
And everyone says their next album's the best thing they've done since their last album. Do you feel that way about this one?
Yeah. I mean, every time I go into the studio or as life happens, I just have more to write about, and I know how I want to record in the future, like differently. Like I know what I want to do differently.
You know how you want to tweak it.
Exactly.
The next time.
Yeah. So I just want the message to be as clear as possible with every song that I put out.
Right on.
And so I just feel like it has become clear.
Sure.
Now, was this just you, or was this the band?
This is the Swallowtails.
This is the Swallowtails, which kind of leads right into our next question on the Swallowtails. So, how long have you guys been together?
It'll be 5 years next month.
5 years. Wow.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead, and I have Rachel Lovelace.
Lovelace.
Lovelace. I like it. And
dude, that is a rock and roll name.
I know.
Addie Dancy.
Yes.
And that's pretty clever too.
I know.
I like it.
I know.
And then Miki P.
You're dancing with Lovelace.
These are all made up.
Holy
I'm
hell,
sure.
this is bullshit. These aren't real.
They're real.
Ginger Tiger to the stage. Ginger. Whatever.
Oh, that's bad.
I know.
We're sorry.
Listen, but really, when I saw swallowtails, because I grew up in the Midwest, as you did,
Yeah.
barn swallows.
Oh, like the owl?
This is a bird
Yeah.
that would, if you weren't careful, you could lose an eye because they fly
Yeah.
right at you, and we're like barn swallows everywhere. So swallowtails. So is that an actual bird?
So my first album came out in 2018, and it was named after the swallow bird, like just the swallow.
The swallows.
Yeah, and then
The species of swallow?
Yeah, like the bird, not the owl. But that's an interesting point. And then it evolved into Swallowtail, and when I was like trying to find a band name, it just became Miki P and the Swallowtails.
Right on.
But now we've kind of branched off, so I'm Miki P, and then there is the Swallowtails.
Oh.
So in
Yeah.
the Swallowtails, you are performing both the guitar and drums from time to time.
Yep.
And then Rachel's on the bassoon.
Yeah.
And Addie's on the cello.
Yeah.
Bassoon and cello.
What a
Yeah.
great sound they put out, too.
I love
right?
the cello.
Yeah.
And
I
the
do too.
bassoon, it's cool too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bassoon. You just don't have a lot of guys. What do you do?
What do you do? I'm a bassoon player.
I'm a
Back off,
bassoonist.
bitch.
It's pretty rock and roll.
Yeah.
Like she kills
I love it. Well, that's,
What's he coming over with? A bassoon.
I've got my bassoon. Do you have your bassoon with you? Why don't you step on in here?
Look, this guy ain't going to cut it. Get your bassoon and show him how to do it.
Yeah.
No, she kills. She kills.
So
She's
anyway,
good.
back to the Swallowtails. The Swallowtails, this was The World Still Spins, was Swallowtails, how many albums?
We have 2.
That was the second.
Yes.
This was the second.
Yeah.
Okay. Released back in May. And how's it doing so far? I mean, you've got it on
Really
sale
good.
all over the place, right?
Yeah, the streaming numbers are amazing.
Throw one at us. What's the streaming number daily? Do you have it?
I think Take It Slow is at 7,000. I think Who's Gonna Be There is at like 11,000.
Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
That's
nice.
it's
excellent.
really
You should be
cool.
proud.
Yeah.
Just so you
Yeah.
know, it takes 1.4 million downloads to make minimum wage. So.
Hey, I've gotten a couple checks from CD Babies. So.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Put them on the wall. They're better there.
Yeah.
That leads into another question. Is CD Baby who you land everything with and you promote everything through?
Yeah, currently. Yeah, I've kind of dabbled, but I've just done all my stuff through CD Babies, so I just like to keep it all
It's
in one
like your
place.
home, so you stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Who recorded the last album?
So I worked with Joel Nanos at Element Recording Studio.
At Element. Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about the studio the other day.
Yeah.
What's
Was
a
that
good studio?
First
Yeah.
one too?
With him.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I have done all my albums with him. So,
Okay.
well, not I've done a couple EPs on my own, but yeah, all of my albums I've recorded with him.
Okay, so this goes back to you, Robert. Your serve.
Do. I've known you since like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
And and I'm going to say this in a way. I just sent my daughter off to college,
Mhm.
showing you my age. And
Wow, you're old, man.
and when I met you, it was year 3 of Briarfest.
Mhm.
And I had met Paul.
Yeah.
And Paul Newland. And so he says to me, before I ever met you, he goes, I got these kids. I go, okay. And he goes, they can play multiple instruments. I go, really? He goes, and the gal, Miki, I go, yeah, she can play drums. I go, really? Because when you're trying to book bands, you want them entertaining.
Yeah.
I found that so entertaining. I was like, they can rotate instruments? Absolutely. I'm in. Let's get them on stage. And you guys knocked it out of the park.
Oh.
And what was cool about seeing you there and now knowing you.
Where was this at?
This was at Briarfest like 3.
Well, I know. Where was the venue?
It was in Briarcliff Village.
Oh.
At Garney, Charles Garney Park. And, the thing about seeing you from there to here is that you meet a lot of people that dabble in music, tickle music, look at music, whatever. You've just been hammering and hammering and hammering. You ain't going away. You're going to stick it out. You're going to perfect your art. And that is such an awesome thing to see. And so anyway, just to see you grow up and just still want to do that is a beautiful deal. So kudos to you. Cheers to you. And I hope in your heart that that continue to do music. It's almost like, I don't know who made this quote, but it said, I felt like my place was to be with music,
Mm.
and you've got that going on. So awesome. So you play drums, guitar, bass,
Mhm.
piano.
Mhm.
You sing.
Yeah.
You harmonize like a freak.
Can you be back up on the bassoon?
I can't probably do
Oh,
reeds.
damn.
No.
So when you're writing your music, are you creating it yourself by yourself and then sharing it with the rest of the Swallowtails? Is that what's going on?
That's what's happened with the first 2 albums.
Okay.
So everything's been written just me and my acoustic guitar.
Very cool.
And then I take it to Addie and Rachel and we just kind of collaborate. They know what's best for their instrument, you know, and they have amazing like
As do you, I'm sure.
Yeah, we just kind of all work together. So that's how it's happened with these 2 albums.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It
awesome.
is.
And it feels good to talk to someone where you can share what you're doing.
Yeah, and they
they-
understand.
And they got
like,
their arms open.
Yeah.
You know, there's no egos here. Like,
Right.
well, let's make this thing really cool.
Yeah.
Let's make it what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a key component.
Yeah.
That has been the key component to a lot of great musicians we've had here. If you're going to do original music, you got to have other people on board trusting your vision.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and performing it
Yeah.
like, you know, you're in the studio when you're in front of, you know, people on stage. I mean,
Right.
you know, you
Yeah, you have to bring that energy to the
absolutely
studio
right.
too.
Yes, that's where I
I've
was
thought
going.
about that a lot.
And I think too, most people that like yourselves that are, you know, finding their way in the music industry and finding their own sound and what works for them, right? They are writing music like Robert does, knowing how it's going to sound or what the feedback is that they want from their live audiences, right?
Yeah.
I want you to cry.
I do.
I know,
Every time I
that's-
hear you.
That's my highest honor.
If I can make you cry, I'll probably get a nickel out of your pocket.
Right.
You know, you're like, oh my God, that's how remind me of my cat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I tipped you so you wouldn't sing.
Listen,
No, I'm kidding.
I've heard that before. I'm not going to stop. I'm just like Mickey P.
Yeah. All right, moving forward.
Not as talented though.
So you guys cut this out, and now you're out on stage all over the place. I know, you know, social media. As we're talking about that again, this is Miki P. Miki P. Music.rocks. I
Yeah.
love that. I didn't even know that was a thing, but
I didn't
that's
either.
her website, MikiPmusic.rocks.
I'm going to
and
change my website.
I am
You
too
can go,
now.
you can go buy like any domain. It's amazing.
Wow.
Find her on
Yeah.
social media at facebook.com, Miki P Music, and Instagram.com, Miki P Music.
I wonder if there's Mickey P. Pop Rocks.
You can pretty much make any domain. You can do dot
Well, we have
dogs,
TV as
dot-
ours.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that one was a thing until I was on GoDaddy. But all right, so talking about scheduling,
GoDaddy.
you play to these live venues. Are you, when you're out performing, is it all original, or you try to throw in some covers, or you're just doing? Tell us about that.
It depends. I play every gig. I play the 3 hours by myself. I can do 3 hours with the Swallowtails. I can do, you know, anything shorter
But
than that, obviously
the
too.
Tails and you are doing originals.
We do both.
Okay.
So we have some like longer shows, and we'll throw in covers. We do a lot of originals just because it's a lot easier to do them like with each other.
Well, I saw,
And I meant nothing demeaning by just calling them the Tails.
I didn't.
No,
think
no,
that either.
that's cool. That's cool. I dig it.
I thought I saw you guys. Where did I see you guys? I got to run in and see part of a set, but it was Howard's gig, and you joined in, right?
Mhm.
And it was one of Howard's original tunes, and you were in doing some backup on that song. And I'm like, holy shit, this is great. I mean, she's because it
It's like the
really
Carters.
helped. I mean, it helped the whole song. It really
I
did.
love,
and,
yeah,
and
adding
I love
harmonies.
Howard to death, but you know that was one of the benefits.
It's like Johnny Cash and Carter's.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, I think there's room for harmony anywhere, and
Sure.
and Howard likes it when I play acoustic on his songs.
And the other was at,
And it fills it in very nicely.
Yeah.
You were there. We were at Stonecutters
Stonecutters
for their
Union.
episode filming. Remember?
That's right.
And then that whole second set got out of fucking control, and
Yeah,
it went
blocked
a
out some
whole
of that.
different direction. But my point was, you got on stage and added to that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, music is music is music.
We had some filler.
Yeah,
I'll jump
that
on
one
stage.
is really hard for Angela to edit. I'm going to tell
Oh
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to put a cartoon in there.
It may only be 20 minutes on a 30-minute
There's
show.
going to be some animation and some bleeping.
We may have extra commercials on that show. We may tell our sponsors, hey, you've got a full minute for this one.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco's treat.
So we won't have that as one of ours. But okay, you guys then going into the fall here, is there something big coming up that you guys are scheduled to do? Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah. So we're going to be playing the Green Folk Guitar House. Maybe I said that out of order.
In Lawrence. Is that in Lawrence?
Is it in Lawrence? I'm not sure where it is exactly.
I think that is in Lawrence, or maybe on the way to Lawrence.
Yeah, I think
Eudora,
it's like in a suburb or something of Kansas City.
Yeah.
And we'll be opening up for the Wildwoods. And they're out of Nebraska, but they were finalists in the Gems in the Rough.
What's the genre? What they do?
They're
Bluegrass,
like
isn't it?
Yeah, they're like acoustic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like an upright bass, like fiddle and an acoustic guitar. But they've had a lot of success, so we're really excited to open for them. That will be in November. And then we'll also be opening for Haha Tonka at Record Bar.
Love Haha Tonka.
Yeah. We're going to be doing their Thanksgiving show, so it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
At the Record Bar.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I don't know what day Thanksgiving.
The Wednesday before Thanksgiving would be the 20.
The Wednesday before Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's the 21st.
Okay.
That
Can we
sounds
get a
about
confirmation
right.
from our studio?
Yeah.
So we'll look for that.
Yeah.
And then coming up into the new year, you guys are, well, first off, are you still going between Kansas City and Connecticut?
At a slower pace. It won't
Because
be.
you have a home in Connecticut now, right?
My aunt lives in Connecticut. Yeah.
And you help in that with her, or
Yeah. Initially, we moved there together in February.
well, so that's when I got to see you, and you were getting ready to move and to go spend time there anyway. And then, so following you as I do on social media, you're doing gigs out there. So I thought, okay, well, naturally, this woman's going to go try to find somewhere to play music, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Interesting. It was
Interesting.
It was
Probably
difficult
because they don't know how kick-ass she is.
Well, I went to
know.
like a ton of open mics, and I was like networking in every way that
They
I've
let ya.
ever known.
Right.
I just never got, like, I would send out emails and I never heard from anyone. It became very hard because I'm a full-time musician.
Right.
So I have to be gigging, or, it's not like happening for me.
I had a concept one time when no one was going to pay attention to me and my guitar player. We were going to strap one of those little PA systems to his chest, and then we were just going to go into libraries all over the United States and play until we got arrested.
Oh.
And then eventually that would make the news. Free rent storms another library, but whatever. But, but kudos to you to tap and to ask, because those are people skills you don't get without asking.
Yeah.
But you had some gigs there, from what I could tell.
Well, I did. So I went out to Connecticut, and then I drove back, and I had like a week and a half in North Carolina. I had gigs out there, but I have a friend who lives out there who is in music as well, so she was able to help me kind of like book some stuff.
Ah, good.
And then I kind of made my way back here, and then I got stuck, and I haven't left again.
So that's right. 'Cause I think
Stuck in
that was
love.
part of this communication of putting a date together with you, because I think originally you were going to try to head out there end of July.
I was going to be back there. Well, yeah, I was there for part of July, and then I was going to go back this October. But it's just very
if you can't
expensive
find
to
any
drive back
gigs,
and forth, and yeah.
Fuck those places.
Let's talk about the inspirations behind your songwriting. So, I've listened to your music and your voice, and it's beautiful. And you play all sorts of genres of cover tunes, but what is the lane you really want to stay in? What would you describe that as?
Somewhere between rock and pop.
Rock and pop.
Yeah.
In between. And the other things you're doing, you're just sprinkling around because you happen to be in that scene.
I mean, I love all music. I've been a drummer in a country band. I've played bluegrass music. I've played blues now, and I grew up on rock and pop. And so I just kind of try to incorporate everything. As far as covers, I just do songs that I love that, like, you know, I would turn on and listen to.
So you're covering, like when someone hears a cover tune, you're not doing it because you think it's popular. You're doing it because you dig it.
Yeah.
For the most
like,
part.
I play like the Bee Gees and like, I mean, I'll do popular stuff. I don't do like current pop stuff. I love to do like 60s, 70s.
You like to go back, put your spin on it and throw it out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Or when
very
you're
cool.
with Howard and Sean, it's going to be Allman Brothers type stuff.
It will be, yeah, which that's what I love about collaborating is like, where does your ear, what do you listen to? And then I get into it.
Yeah.
Like I'll start listening to
And
that.
I don't know, but and you don't hear a lot of covers, but Sean McDonald does a Terrence D'Arby. Is that who that song
Terrence
is?
Trent D'Arby.
Terrence Trent D'Arby. He does that cover, and they do it so well. I saw him play it at BB's. He did it for our show in that second set.
Mhm.
And then where did I just see him? Oh, him and Howard were playing over at the volleyball beach, and he did that there. So
Were they playing guitars and volleyball at the same time, or
No.
just
You
performing?
can't, you
Okay,
can't.
No.
No, but there's like people ordering food and they'll call out the orders while they play. It's
Yeah.
pretty funny. It's pretty
or
funny.
I was there before, and the kid that's coming out with the dish, he hands it over to Brock,
Oh.
and then Brock,
The food?
yeah,
Oh.
and Brock calls out that
No, it's pretty funny.
You know, we
They're
used
like
to do.
vamp.
We used to do
they're
something.
getting ready to wind down. Though I'm pretty sure
We used to
here.
do something like that, but only it'd be like during the break, we'd have the stage manager come up and I'd give him a list of things to say. And they'd be like normal announcements, like, you know, don't drink and drive, you know, tip your waiters and stuff. But the last one would be like, got a header for a 1974 El Camino in perfect condition.
that is so far off topic.
You know, and then everyone go, what? A header on an El Camino, brand new? Damn.
Okay. Anyway, back to our guest here in the studio,
Miki
P.
P.
So you and I have had this conversation before. You have been in music pretty much your whole life, right?
As an embryo.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Your
Yeah.
parents got you involved.
Her mother
and-
put a bass speaker right on her tummy.
My dad might have.
I bet.
So you have been. I mean, you really didn't have any choice. You
No.
just kind of came out of the womb as a musician, and you've just perfected the art ever since.
I mean, it has definitely been a choice. I think I told myself when I was 11 that I was going to be a musician. Like I remember from then on,
Cool.
I just fell into it. There was the video game Rock Band,
Oh, of course.
and I learned how to play drums
Right.
playing that.
That was it.
I had like a legit electronic drum set.
You were set.
and I would play like Rush and stuff like
Oh,
kick it.
nice.
on expert, and I was
mean.
like really, I was
Yeah.
like learning. And so I don't know. There's no other
It's
option.
kind of like
for
the
me.
guy that we had last week from the
Mario Brothers?
No, Stan from the Green Shoebox Band. Remember, he
Oh,
brings
yeah.
in that electric
Dude,
drum.
that freaked me out. This guy came with no drums at all.
Oh.
Just a tablet thing.
Oh no.
And two electronic kickers.
And great sound, though.
Yeah.
And had sticks that had
Air.
LED lights in them that were
Oh,
air.
yeah.
And he could just drum anywhere, pretending where the setup is.
Oh, cool.
And it hit it. And I
That's
was like, oh my God,
awesome.
my drummer bitch
That's
is
really
about
weird.
as set all the time. I was like, this might be the change, man.
This
Well,
might be
the
the change.
The glow in the dark ones were actual sticks, but the ones he did with no drums at all, right? With just the
It's just
stuff.
They had
air.
little wireless things at the end
Yeah,
of
they're
them.
like little wood
Cool.
deals. But yeah,
That's
he
awesome.
could just go up and go right by you, and
That's
He could play drums on your
awesome.
head.
I love that.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Okay, so
We never got a true answer. So what inspires your songwriting?
My life.
Your life. You're telling the stories of you and where you've been and where you're going.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So when we
Occasionally
hear a
I'll-
song from you or the Swallowtails, it's Mickey's life. We're
Some of it, pull that.
Especially,
Okay.
yeah.
You should probably add some of it might be fictional.
Some of it might be.
Yeah, because if you
I have
really,
a song called Peter Parker.
Yeah, because if you really spill all your beans and they think it's really the story, you know, you don't want to
Well-
be judged. You know.
Well, I mean, there's like details, but I mean, I feel like I write about my life, but I write very broad at the same
Cool.
time. Like,
so everyone can experience it.
yeah, I want
Yeah.
anyone to just be like, oh, that I feel like that song is about me, but it just came out of me in like a journaling way.
You want people to go,
I love that. I think that's awesome.
Mickey P, I feel you.
Yeah,
That's what-
that's
that's
me
what she
too.
wants.
You know, because most songs aren't even written by the band, right? They're songs by good songwriters, and so to know that, I think that's cool. Okay, so was the drums the first instrument that you learned on?
It was guitar first. It was acoustic guitar.
Acoustic?
Guitar.
Yeah, I just was like,
Was it like a first stage guitar? Was it like a really nice guitar?
oh no, it was like Walmart first act.
Okay.
But it was everything to me. Like
you still have it?
No, so I took lessons after school, and I was like running out the door, and I had a soft case, and
Cracked.
it cracked,
Oh.
and
Damn
it
it.
broke my heart. But
You bawled for days.
I was pretty sad. I would play it every day.
Oh, I bet.
It was like I was really into the Beatles in like 6th grade when I was learning, and so I just learned every Beatles song
right on.
that I
So
possibly
your
could.
folks
on
had
it.
to love that, though, right? That you were just maybe no.
Please go to your room.
No,
I
no,
I mean, more
yeah,
so
my-
than when the drums came around.
No, exactly. Actually, my first set was electronic because they were like, you can put your headphones in. And then
Yeah.
I bought my first drum set because I was like, I want the real thing.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Don't sing.
Hey, listen. Drums are fun for a lot of different reasons.
hmm
But what's
I think
real-
it's the best instrument. It's my favorite instrument.
Larry, my drummer, would say the same. But I'll tell you the cool thing about being a drummer and playing instruments.
hmm
Your timing is on.
hmm
You know what the drummer's going through to stay in time with you.
It makes it so easy to talk music. when
Absolutely.
It's
You-
like I can just show you if you want.
You have a
That's a
built-in
good
click
point.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a hell of
Yeah.
a drummer too, Robert, though.
Well, thank you.
He's outstanding.
For those of you just joining us, we're with Mickey P here at the Kansas City Limits Radio at Soundworks Studios, Blue Springs. Thanks for
Andy
joining us.
Oxman.
Yeah.
Andy
welcome,
Oxman,
Welcome to Andy's house.
Andy's
Mhm.
house.
Okay, so I want to get finish up here quick, but I don't want to go without giving you some accolades. You were recently nominated in the Pitch Magazine
Yeah.
Band of KC 2023.
hmm
Band.
So, how did you get nominated? And
Have you won yet?
I have no idea.
really?
Yeah, I mean it's
It's at random.
yeah, like people can just nominate you.
Did you smile or wink at someone?
I have no idea.
I bet you it was your music.
Hopefully.
So
It
that
totally
is
shocked
that
us.
the vote?
Listen, it
All right.
doesn't matter. She's the best local band, damn it.
I know. I said it. I know.
Maybe.
I
we'll-
meant
the
it.
voting's over, people. She's won.
Best song by a local band, the Swallowtails. Take It Slow.
Yeah.
Is that what is in the pitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
gotcha.
in the 2 categories.
Is that
So
a ballad?
2 categories.
No.
No, it's
I'm going to play it for you. so.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
Oh, we're privileged.
Yes.
Okay, so I think with that, do you have anything else that you would like to add? Do you have anything?
Anyone you want to thank?
Thank you to everyone who supported me. My aunt, Howard.
Howard Mahan.
Howard Mahan, Kansas City music community, the people that come to shows, my band, Rachel, Addie, my siblings.
I love it. Okay.
And you can find all that. Remember, Facebook.com, MickeyPmusic.rocks, Instagram.com/MickeyPmusic, all those places. You'll know you're at the right place when you hear a good song. Remember, be good to yourself, be good to others, and be good to musicians. Thanks for joining us here today at Kansas City Limits Radio.
Amen.
Amen.
This is my song, Who's Gonna Be There? It's a Swallowtails song, but I'm going to play it how it was written.
talking in circles. You're not getting anywhere anymore. And the ones you thought you could depend on have abandoned you on the shore. You're not sure of what's next, and who's gonna be there for you when everything falls apart. Who's gonna be there for you? The streets have no name when there's no more love, when the going gets tough. Conversation is weary every morning. You can't move past yesterday's news. Yet the sun sets the same every night, regardless if you're coping through this space in time. You figured you'd have more time to see who's gonna be there for you when everything falls apart. Who's gonna be there for you? The streets have no name when there's no more love. When the going gets tough, and who's gonna be there for you when everything falls apart? Who's gonna be there for you? The streets have no name when there's no more love, when the going gets
This song is called Take It Slow. It's on my album, The World Still Spins, with the Swallowtails. And it has the lyric of the album hidden in it. So here's Take It Slow.
mild and slow. Decide where you want me to go. If I'm you and you are me, reflect on my brave thought. We make up a small portion of all existence, right beside planets in the distance, and stars, the reflections of our bodies.
take it slow, take it slow. We have so much time. Just take it slow, take it slow. But just the big timeline. Remember though, we have to take care of one another and spread the love. I see your pain, I've walked your road. The weight is such a heavy load. And at your door, the world still spins. There's no starting over again. Just because you didn't choose this reality doesn't mean that you can't win. And just because you're not fast enough doesn't mean you don't fit in. If you start listening to yourself inside, your intuition has been through the gates of